Hi everybody, welcome back. Thank you for returning, or if you're new, thank you for joining us. While I'm told my friends and subscribers in England are shivering and some even had snowfall, we are drenched in sweat. We had some rain, so imagine how it feels right now. It feels like a sauna. And I only come alive late afternoon, and by 9, 10 o'clock at night I'm tired and literally pass out just to wake up drenched in sweat at 3 a.m. in the morning. As a result, my entire schedule is messed up. Anyway, you are not here to hear about my boring sleep schedule, so let's talk about what we always talk about, or mostly talk about, namely Harry and Meghan. Now, lately, I've been hearing a number of stories with regards to Harry and Meghan's relationship, and to be truthful, I have absolutely no proof that any of it is true, but some of it is very probable. For a while now, I've noticed that Harry looks at Meghan with a look of, I can't quite pinpoint it, but it could be disgust or dislike. But I think it looks more like disgust, like he could not bear her speaking, or even less for her to touch him. Now, quite honestly, I do not really know what to believe anymore, but during their Colombia visit, there were moments that everything looked fine and just dandy on both sides. But there were also moments where it either looked like Harry wanted to cry, or like he wanted to run away and vomit behind a bush. Now, perhaps I should not give my secrets away, but sometimes I say something a little controversial, but on purpose, just to draw people out. And that is how I often hear things and told things, because some people want to protect or stand up for Meghan. Some know things that I don't and want to share or correct me or give me the most current gossip or facts, and so on and so on. Yes, I mean, there are a few fantasists, the crazies, but it's all worth it in the end. I cannot always discern between fact and fiction, but I'm trying. Now, today I can honestly tell you that when it comes to what I'm going to tell you next, I have no idea how much of it is fact and how much fiction. I was told more than a year ago, maybe close to 2 years ago, that Harry and Meghan's relationship has not been the same since the Queen's death and funeral. Since then, I've been told the exact same thing by somebody else. Apparently, Harry is still blaming Meghan for not seeing his grandmother before she passed away. Well, although that may even be true or partially true, it is also typical of Harry to never take responsibility for anything. Anyway, recently that very same thing was repeated to me by a third person. She said that Harry almost has an obsession with how many people had wronged him and why. And when it comes to, for instance, the death of the Queen, everything is either William or Meghan's fault. But let's move on. This person, who actually reacted to something I said in a video, said the very same thing. The marriage started taking a serious nosedive since September 2022. But she also says that something had to have happened fairly recently in the course of this year, or maybe since late last year, who knows? But it's a fairly recent issue, and this issue have brought further change. But before we get to that, let's quickly go back to Meghan's birthday in 2023. And I was told this by a completely different person, and the reason why I'm slotting this in where I am is because I think if you put it all together, it actually draws a picture. Now, I'm told that Meghan had a complete breakdown. No one, except I guess those living and maybe working for her, knew what it was about or exactly what happened. So I don't know whether Meghan had a narcissistic collapse or a nervous breakdown or just an episode of temporary insanity. But according to this informant, Meghan was completely off her rocker. Well, at least more than usual. And she had to be medicated and treated. Now, my informant said she did not know, or she does not know, who treated her, but allegedly she was even sedated for a while. By the time her birthday came around, she was recovering and already less erratic. But in that time, it was as if Harry's confidence grew and his view, image, whatever one would call it, of Meghan changed even further. This woman said it is hard to describe, but suddenly it wasn't just the sudden animosity, the fights, or the blaming, but suddenly it was as if Harry laughed at Meghan behind her back. His yes became his yes, and his no. But she said the closest she can get to explaining what she heard and saw was that he treated Meghan at that time like a crazy old aunt. She said she only once overheard something they said to each other, and Harry told Meghan something like to stop her shit because she is making fools of them. Something like that. Anyway, one of the three people who agreed and told me that things changed since the death of the Queen went on to tell me that as things went more and more downhill, there were more and more rumours of affairs or then other interest, shall we say. Lots of stories about Harry looking for hookups or flirting when he was away from Meghan or when she was away on one of her jaunts. But whether true or not, well, it most likely is, but neither this lady nor I can tell you either way as fact or even provide you with proof. However, the true fact is that no matter what the rumors and gossip are, there's no proof that Harry had put action to words, if you know what I mean. But at the same time, the rumors were swirling that Meghan had a physical affair with her one bodyguard, Chris Sanchez. The thing is that no one thinks she did this out of revenge or, because Harry did something or because she wanted to make him jealous or anything like that, or that she even did it because she needed attention. No. The word is that she's living out her Diana fantasy. Remember Barry Mannicky, the police officer with the Royal Protection Squad and bodyguard to Diana? Remember that Diana admitted to an inappropriate relationship with Barry and it then leading to his transfer and, in Diana's opinion, also to his death in a supposed motorbike accident at the age of 39. Anyway, there are, according to this one person, also rumors about other affairs. Apparently, allegedly, Meghan had a short fling with someone connected to Spotify. Some are saying that the short affair was with Martin Lawrenson, one of the founders of Spotify. But this lady says she somehow found it difficult to believe because Martin Lawrenson is married to a very, very attractive younger woman, has 2 children with her, and has moved back to Sweden a couple of years ago and still lives there. But along with all these speculations, it is said that Harry actually caught Meghan with someone. She says that despite Meghan's open flirting with the vice president of Colombia's husband, it definitely wasn't him. And she is still trying to find out who it was. But it is alleged that at some point Harry was away from home and was due back late afternoon, early evening the next day. But a meeting he had the following morning was cancelled, and he convinced his bodyguard and whoever else was with them to drive back home that same evening. And they arrived in Montecito just after 11 p.m., allegedly. Allegedly, since then, Harry is not very keen on relations with his wife. And that is yet another reason why he is now leaving her behind whenever he can. Now, seeing that we mentioned Spotify, let me quickly ask you this. We all know what Spotify's CEO said of Harry and Meghan. Bill Simmons called them effing grifters and a few other prize things, none too complimentary. But nothing much was made of Daniel Ek, co-founder of Spotify's words. Daniel said that the company expected more innovation in Harry and Meghan's work. In a very diplomatic way, Van Eck said that Meghan's podcast did not have what it takes to make listeners happy. I mean, for an official statement, that is pretty damaging. Okay, guys, so on that note, I'm going to love and leave you. I will be back with you as soon as possible. So, until then, please, I'm begging you, take good care of yourselves. Bye.